Stay tuned as we take a look at this Marvel Legends 6-armed Spider-Man. Pow and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. Today we kick off a brand new set of Marvel Legends reviews as we take a look at this Kingpin Build-A-Figure wave. And who else to start off with but the highly controversial 6-armed Spider-Man. Now this guy has split the toy community in two because some people love him and some people hate him. Now I'm yet to make my mind up because I like to get the figure in hand first and foremost. And yeah, just having him in person, I haven't got high hopes, I'm not going to lie to you. But still, if you do want to build Kingpin and you don't want to buy this guy, then you don't have to. As you can see, he doesn't come with a Build-A-Figure piece. So you can skip this guy entirely. But I buy my sets in waves, so I have him nevertheless. Now, I was a big fan of the animated cartoon, so I'm a fan of the look, but am I a fan as Hasbro executed this figure? Wow, we shall find out. But let's look at the box. We get some cartoon images on the side. On the back, we get a product shot, a little write-up, and as always, you get a list of all the figures in this wave you need to build the Kingpin Build-A-Figure. Today, we're reviewing 6-armed Spider-Man, even though he doesn't have a Build-A-Figure piece. So yeah, I've talked a lot. Let's get them open. And here we have Spider-Man out of the box. And I don't really know what my first impressions are. I'm undecided, as I sort of like what Hasbro were trying to do, but I'm not sure if I'm the biggest fan of the execution. So out of packaging, one of my legs seems like it's bigger than the other, which is a little bit frustrating because he won't stand. See, his foot's hovering there. So yeah, it definitely seems like this leg is longer than this leg, and I have tried to sort it out. But nope, it genuinely just seems like I've got one leg bigger than the other. I don't think I'm a fan of the colour. I think it's too bright, too cartoony, and it's not going to fit in well with some of my other figures on the shelf. I do like, however, the range of articulation you get in these arms. Like, they're all double jointed elbows, there's all wrist articulation, there's decent like articulation on all these shoulders. So for posing, which is why we don't have an ab joint. I know a lot of people are complaining we don't have a diaphragm joint, we don't have an ab crunch or anything like that. But I understand why Hasbro sacrificed that to give us the range of articulation in these arms. And it doesn't look too bad, like proportion-wise or anything. Like it's a little bit thicker here at the back, but as it should be, he's got an extra pair of shoulders growing out of his back. So again, I like what Hasbro tried to do. I don't know. I don't know if maybe a darker colour scheme, maybe a colour scheme that matched the Pizza Spider-Man would have made me like this figure better. As let's be honest, I'm just going to have him posed on the shelf anyway as like a different display option for Spider-Man. And yeah, this is an iconic look, so I will find a home for him on my shelf, but I don't think he's going to be front and centre. All the Spider-Man lines on the costume are like sculpted in, they're all there, but again, they're not painted, so there's texturing on the figure, but it's a shame that it just goes to waste and looks a bit flat in person. But I like the skin tone. I like that you got sort of the shredded sort of costume there on the shoulders, and yeah, it's a shame we didn't get some interchangeable hands for different displaying options, as we've just got 4 fists, where they could have given us at least 2 like open palm hands or something like that maybe, or I'm not too sure. But yeah, I'm not hating on this figure as much as some people has. Again, I try and see the positive in things. I just wish his leg wasn't bigger than the other. Again, I might try and source that out, but I don't know. So let me quickly zoom in and show you some details. So as you can see from this closer look, you can actually see the sculpted detail on the costume, but there is no paint detail to sort of make that pop, so it falls a bit flat, unfortunately. I do like how the second arms are a little bit further back on the shoulders, so you can still get his original arms down a little bit, but again, you can see on the shoulders here, it's like the ripped costume there on the shoulder pieces. And again, there's a really good range. It really is a good range of articulation in all of these arms. Like, I can't complain about that. All double jointed elbows, plenty of articulation if you want to get them in some funky poses. So yeah, I'm sure people will have fun in that aspect. And as I take a closer look, one leg is definitely bigger than the other leg, or it's uneven. But still, you can see the design, you see the texturing. The articulation isn't bad. So again, trying to find the positives here. Trying to find the positives. Now I thought to make this review a little bit more exciting, I would throw in a Who Is He segment with a twist and sort of answer the question as to why does Spider-Man have 6 arms?
This is the part of the video where we ask the question, who is he? And I try and give you a little bit of information about the character this figure is inspired by. So, Spider-Man. Why does he have 6 arms? During issues of the Amazing Spider-Man 100 to 102 back in 1971, a story arc called the 6 Arm Saga takes place where Peter Parker tries to cure himself of his Spider-Man abilities. Peter creates a chemical cocktail intended to terminate his Spider-Man powers, but instead it enhances his abilities and he grows extra arms, giving him that iconic 6-armed Spider-Man look. After some encounters with Morbius and Lizard, Kurt Connors helps Spider-Man create an antidote and turns him back to normal.
So there you go, I hope that helped. Again, I do not claim to be an expert, but it is nice to have a little bit of information about the characters these figures are inspired by. So, not going to go crazy with comparisons with this guy, but I will pull in a couple of extra Spider-Men that we've got. So, that is the Pizza Spider-Man, and this is the Amazing Spider-Man from the Mary Jane 2-pack with the unmasked Peter Parker head. And as you can see, both of these guys are taller than this one. And a lot of people thought that because of the ab crunch had been took out, that the middle area was being elongated, but nope, it actually seems like a similar size to these two. It's just that his legs are a little bit shorter and stumpier than the other Spider-Man. Again, I think I would have preferred this guy if it was on this sort of colour scheme and the black lines that had been sculpted in there were maybe coloured in, and it would make it pop a little bit more. But unfortunately, this looks like a basic figure, which is a shame. Which is a shame because I get what Hasbro were trying to do. Again, it just didn't hit the mark on this occasion. But again, I'll find a funky pose and get him on my shelf. Probably at the back somewhere, but still, I'll find him a home. Because I'm a nice guy like that. But again, you let me know what you think in the comments below. Because again, this is a very divided figure. Some people like it. Some people really hate it. There's hardly anyone in the middle. So let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, check out the videos tab. Tons of Marvel Legends reviews. And as always, please, 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 hit that subscribe button. Much appreciated, people. And of course, I shall see you on the next one.